Boom shakalaka, a very important chart for the price of Bitcoin, an astronomical price prediction that goodness could possibly come true, and the one coin that is poised to 100x again. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including the one chart you need to consider. Also, some very bullish price predictions and the next 100x altcoin. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us on Twitter, The Crypto Love. Push that like button. Now, today, fear and greed dead neutral at 50, same as we were yesterday and also last week. The overall market, though, down 1.5%. Bitcoin at 27,546, Ethereum at 1597, BNB at 208, XRP 49 cents, Solana $22, Cardano 25 cents, Dogecoin 5 cents, and Tron 8 cents. And Bitcoin, look at this, getting closer. We almost have a cross of the 100 and 200-day moving average. But if you take a look down here, the 50-day moving average has actually changed direction from going down to going up. The last few times it did that, we saw these price pumps you're looking at right here, which would put Bitcoin price roughly between $32,000 and $40,000, if the price doesn't crash first. So that being said, if you hold a contrarian strategy in terms of crypto investing, and by contrarian, I mean buy low and sell high, because most people buy high and sell low. Well, if you hold that contrarian strategy, it would be an amazing time to still buy. Bitcoin is still under the 2-year moving average. Maybe not for too much longer, but this is generally the time when you want to accumulate, when people are talking about how the price is going lower and it's never going to go up, because once it does start going up, generally it does that pretty fast. Right now, the Bitcoin pivot bands are the tightest they've ever been. The past 2 times they were this tight, we had massive bull runs that followed. Back in 2016, price surged over 8,000%. And in 2019, price surged almost 2,000%. So what could we be in for right now with the tightest bands? I don't exactly know. Even if we take a look at the Bollinger Bands right now, the lowest they have been, Bitcoin has always looked like this before heading north. You can see these same similar territories right before the parabolic growth phase. This is generally when price can't get pressed down anymore. Watch me eat my words when price crashes. But anyways, with Bitcoin, we're taking a look at pretty much the last resistance. And this resistance, check out this trend line right here. Same trend line that we had in every previous cycle, 2014, 2017, 2021. Well, take a look. Once Bitcoin broke through there, that was basically the last resistance before headed seriously north. It is something that is coming, I would think, pretty darn soon, especially when you take a look at this. You see, Bitcoin has a best friend, and they do everything opposite. They're like the besties ever, but they're just, so cute and opposite and everything. Well, it turns out that best friend called DXY, the US dollar index, just has a gravestone doji candle after 12 consecutive green candles. I think it was 11 or 12, something like that. But the gravestone doji candle generally means price is going down. Now, because these two besties who just love doing everything together but do everything in opposite directions, if DXY is going down, that would mean that Bitcoin is going up. We can see an example right here. DXY was overbought. DXY started to turn down. Bitcoin price turned up. Same thing. DXY is overbought. DXY gravestone doji candle likely to turn down. Well, guess what would turn up? Yes, it's bestie called Bitcoin. Not only that, but if we take a look at the US 1 year, after these plateaus, which the last one lasted 22 months, the price started to crash. And coincidentally, that was pretty much the bottom for Bitcoin. Bitcoin price rose after that. Look at this plateau that we've had. Not yet at 22 months, but starting to get there. And should this be the bottom once again, could be the next ideal time to accumulate Bitcoin. Looking very similar to the last line of resistance like we've been harping on this episode. And guess what? Once Bitcoin breaks that last line of resistance, historically, roughly about 19 bars or 579 days until the top, which would put the top at roughly June 2025. And even if we have a scaled down peak from this one right here, we're looking at pretty high levels. As a matter of fact, maybe not this peak, but there's talk about these Bitcoin spot ETFs. Talk. Maybe they'll get approved, maybe they won't get approved. Who the heck knows? But there's talk about them. And if they get approved, people start adding Bitcoin to their portfolio, because not only is it physical gold that you actually have to pay to hold somewhere, it is digital gold, and digital stuff is cool. They should call it smart gold, because then a lot more people would want it, because everybody's dumb apparently and they think buying smart stuff makes them smarter, even though any study will show that having a smartphone makes you dumber. But I digress. So, should Bitcoin occupy the same amount in portfolios as gold, which is roughly 2 to 2.8% of global portfolio allocation? Should Bitcoin do that? Check this out. The implied price of Bitcoin would be between $400,000 and $700,000 per Bitcoin. And let's say that this smart gold that people like, called Bitcoin, because it makes them smarter, clearly. Well, let's say instead of 2.8%, we go up to like 5%. That would be a $2 million Bitcoin, or maybe 8.3%. That would be a $5 million Bitcoin. So I hope that got you excited, because not only is Bitcoin poised for some massive gains, but altcoins right now, the altcoin season index is in the same territory that it was in 2019 and 2020, which was when buying altcoins for 100x gains were laid. And there is one coin right now that is looking like it could be the next 100x contender. One of the biggest oscillators and degenerators out there. Dogecoin is an oscillator. That means the price goes up and it comes down, and it goes up and it comes down. But every time that it comes down, it pretty much goes up an order of magnitude. So we saw this, everybody saw Dogecoin go dramatically up. Well, take a look at this wedge. Primed for a breakout. You can't squeeze that much more than it is right now. Likely looking like we could be headed towards a 1 to 3 to maybe even, fingers crossed, $6 Dogecoin. Oh my goodness, that could be crazy. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push that like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.